today like for you?
Oh, it's crazy. Only in Clemson. I mean, only in Clemson do you have a day like today. And, you just, y'all know me. I just say sometimes what pops in my head without really thinking, thinking it through. And I was just simply trying to talk about the insignificance of the poll. And listen, we're not dialed in on that. The only poll we're interested in is December 6th. I think I said that in fall camp. I have no idea where that came from in my head, but I just was, listen, we'll celebrate the poll. So you got, basketball's got March Madness, we got poll celebration party. I don't know what happened at the other three schools, but I doubt it was like this. This was crazy, but a lot of fun. And our fans are amazing. Amazing. I think they just all traveled right down from Charlotte with no sleep as well. And, last night was like a home game. It was incredible. The amount of orange and just, when our defense was out there, it felt like being in Death Valley. It was just amazing. So today was a day that I really, as this thing kind of took on a life of its own, I had kind of chance to step back and say, okay, all right. First of all, the logistics of planning all of that, a lot of people got involved, and I created some stress for a lot of people. But it was a lot of fun. But I felt like this team needed to be celebrated, and our fans needed to be celebrated. So it was a great moment together. 13-0. That's just so hard to do. It is so hard to do, I told the players, and I tell y'all the same thing as media. You may not ever follow another 13-0 team, and have some fun with it as media people too, because this is what you do. This is your passion. This is your livelihood, and I would think it's a lot more fun to cover a 13-0 team than a 1-12 team and try to figure out what you're going to talk about. So I just think it's a special moment for everybody, and try to enjoy the journey. But it's really hard to do what this team has done, and just the consistency, not just this team, but the consistency that we've had for really quite a while, on and off the field. I'm just really proud of that. But right now, we've gone poll to poll as number one, and I think that's a lot of fun. But now we get into a new season. It's a whole new deal. The Final Four is what it is. You're talking their final. These are four phenomenal teams. Just toss them up. We're number one because we're undefeated. That doesn't mean we're better than them other ones. This is just you're splitting hairs when you're talking about these teams. But it should be exciting. It should be a lot of fun. And I don't have any doubt that it'll be two great games, and two great teams will emerge. We'll have to have great preparation like we always try to do for all of our bowl games. We don't prepare any different for this one than we did for any of our other bowls, because we want to win every game. They're all big. So this one, from that standpoint, really there's no change in that. But your margin for error is very small when you're playing a great team like Oklahoma. And people are going to bring up last year's game. That just absolutely has nothing to do with this year. You go back and look at that game, as I've said, I've been on both sides of that. I've been on both sides of that, where you have a night where the ball, you just can't hold on to it. It's a scoop score, it's a pick six, a tip touchdown, fumble in the red zone, whatever. And next thing, and you're playing a really good team, next thing you know, the whole game plan's out the window, and it's just uphill, and it's really difficult. And that's what happened in that game. We're certainly not that much better than Oklahoma last year. We were on that day simply because of a lot of mistakes that they made in the turnover area. Our guys played well, played clean, one of the cleanest games of the season. But it really has nothing to do with this year. Oklahoma is a new team. We're a new team, and a lot of the players in that game for us aren't here anymore. So we'll know we'll have to play our best 4 quarters of the season, and that's how we'll prepare.
So, Coach, how did you emotionally feel when they announced your team to be number one today? Clearly, we saw your facial expression.
Yeah.
Emotionally, how did that feel?
Well, it's just great to see it on the screen. As I've told the local media here, I've started voting as number one 3 weeks before the poll came out, and I told our team that. So to them, they've been number one for a long time. But again, this poll right here is the only one that really mattered. All the rest of them, hey, it's great, but it just doesn't matter. The only one that was really going to truly matter, and the only one that I really was interested in, and it didn't matter if we were 1, 2, or 3, or 4. I just wanted to be at the party and have a chance to compete for the national championship. And but to see it live like that, and to be able to celebrate it with 30,000 of your best friends, pretty cool. Pretty special moment.
What's his exposure mean for your program now when your coaches go out and recruit this week after something like this?
Well, it doesn't hurt. When you're 13-0 and you're number one team in the country, everybody. I mean, you look on the TVs and you see Clemson, you see that brand, you see that Paul. It's powerful, and I think it doesn't necessarily mean guys are going to come here, but people they're interested and they want to come see maybe what your program's about. There's a lot of great programs out there, but we always feel like if we can get a guy to visit Clemson, then we have a chance, because this place is really special, and there's a lot of people out there who haven't been here, and when they come, they see that, especially when they get around our players and just the people. That's the asset, the best asset that we have, are our staff and support staff and the players that we have on this team. But you got to get them here. So, I think just the brand recognition and, maybe piquing the interest of people that maybe wouldn't have said, you know what, I need to go check Clemson out. But we've established ourselves, not just this year, we've established ourselves as one of the most consistent programs in the country for several years now. And, that's our goal. That's our main goal, because if we can just kind of stay in that area, then you're going to have some special seasons along the way, and this has been one of them.
Dabo, with the 2-year sample size of the selection process, what's your opinion on it now, and maybe what was your opinion of maybe some of your skepticism going in, sort of the job that they've done?
I think that. I personally I like the BCS. I didn't have a problem with the BCS. I thought for the most part they got it right, but I love this setup. It's hard to win 15 games at this level. It's a very difficult challenge, that's for sure. But as I said last night, 13-0 used to win it, but it just gets you a ticket now. But I think that it's a good setup, what we have. I think they got it right. I think they got the 4 best teams that have earned, that. And I love the fact that we still have the bowl season and the tradition of the bowl seasons, and because it's just exciting to be a part of it and to see all these different teams get opportunities to go play another game in a neutral site and get to just have that bowl experience. And the fact that they set this up, the playoff, to where the 4 teams still can have a bowl experience, and then you win the game, then there's that one more game, and you come back. And now logistically there will be some challenges for us. We start school on Wednesday, so that's a little different if you're fortunate enough to be in that. But I think they've got it right. I really do, because I think it's giving college football a playoff format every single week. People talk about the championship game. We've been in a playoff for the last 6 weeks. However you break it down, final 64, 32, however, 16, 8. Every week has been a playoff. And I think it's just made college football even better. But again, within the tradition of college football. So I think it's fun and right way, the way it should be. And I think they got it right.
Going to Miami, a place where the fans are familiar with, you guys are familiar with it. You played there this year. You had a lot of success this year. Is there a value of familiarity to where you're going?
I think that's a good thing. We love the Orange Bowl. We know all the people down there. Certainly, our guys are familiar. I think this is our 3rd Orange Bowl in 4 years, I believe, and I'm at 5 years. 3rd Orange Bowl in 5 years. So a lot of these guys have had the experience of it, and obviously went down there this year and played in that stadium. So it's a great venue, man, a great place to obviously to take a bowl trip. You're pretty much guaranteed some nice weather, and Lord knows we need some nice weather here in Clemson. So watch it probably rain 3 inches when we get down there, but. It's just they do a phenomenal job, and that's the number 1 bowl destination for the ACC, and we have a great partnership with them, and so just look forward to being a part of it again and getting down there. And our guys, I think that have been around here, they'll understand kind of the practice format and how we travel. And I'll tell you, the best part about going to the Orange Bowl is you don't wait on anything. The police escorts down there, it's like a presidential motorcade. It's the most unbelievable thing I've ever been a part of, and that was actually a frustration last year. We were late to about everything because they wouldn't allow the escorts for whatever reason from a city standpoint. But boy, down there in Miami, man, they do an unbelievable job, and we know the bus drivers, and can't wait to see all those guys. And I don't know where we're going to practice yet, but they always do a good job of setting you up with good practice facilities and the hotels, and it's a great trip for our players. But at the end of the day, it's about preparing to win and trying to play a great game. So we'll have fun, we'll enjoy it. I'll make sure our guys have a good balance. These are young people that have earned this, but we'll be dialed in and ready to play.